Jenelle Evans finds herself at the epicenter of a maelstrom of public scrutiny after her 16-year-old son, Jace, posted a series of private text messages between them on social media, describing their relationship as deeply fractured. In these screenshots, Jace accused his mother of neglect and instability, writing that he didn't care about his siblings and only cared about his own health and living situation. "I don't need you, you don't need me, and I don't understand why you're doing this just because I'm telling the truth. You're crazy," he wrote. In another message, he expressed desperation, saying he needs to go back to North Carolina, calling Jenelle really unstable. Entertainment Now, the Ashley's reality roundup. In response to this public airing of their private conflicts, Jenelle took to Instagram stories to set the record straight, or at least to provide her perspective. She began with an assertion that underlined her position as a parent who deeply cares, writing, "My children are my whole world. Everything I do is to try and protect, guide and love them." She framed her boundaries and disciplinary actions as necessary, even if difficult, because, like any parent, I set rules and boundaries, and sometimes that isn't easy. She directly tied Jace's posting of their texts to discipline, characterizing his actions as a reaction. Jace posting our private texts was his reaction to being rightfully disciplined. She said, Online Entertainment Now. Jenelle went further, acknowledging the pain she felt in seeing deeply personal messages laid bare before strangers and revealing that it came from a place of struggle. She emphasized that she has continuously worked to obtain the resources, love, and support that Jace needs, navigating the complexities of parenting a teen with several medical diagnoses. In her message, she stated with resolute conviction, "Navigating Jace's different medical diagnoses has not been easy, but I have never stopped fighting to make sure he has the resources, love and support he needs. I will always stand by him, no matter what challenges come our way, and I will continue to work on being the best mom I can be to all three of my kids." Online Entertainment Now. At the core of this turmoil is not simply teen rebellion, but deep-seated mental health concerns and legal challenges that Jace has been facing. Jenelle revealed that he has been contending with diagnoses including ADHD, major depressive disorder, and oppositional defiant disorder, some of which were made earlier this year. She confirmed that managing these medical and emotional issues has placed additional strain on their relationship, compounding frustrations and misunderstandings. Online, the Ashley's reality roundup, Entertainment Now. She also disclosed that Jace has recently had run-ins with the law and has struggled to adjust to expectations and rules. Recently, he's also been in trouble with the law these past few months, and is having a hard time adjusting to the rules set before him. She disclosed, going on to say, "I've been trying everything to help him navigate it, but we are butting heads in the process. Please give us grace at this time. This is hard on all of us." The Ashley's reality roundup, Entertainment Now. At least one media outlet, TMZ, echoed Jenelle's assertion that the texts were taken out of context and shared in retaliation following disciplinary action. According to that report, she maintains that the public release misrepresents the complexities and intent behind her words. TMZ. Media coverage of the fallout underscores the public and dramatic nature of the exchange. The Ashley's reality roundup provides detailed context, noting that the text exchanges include a particularly charged message from Jenelle stating, "You're the one saying you're going to have my custody taken. F-W-O-U." In another, she accuses Jace of lying about her ex-husband, David Eason, strangling him, insinuating that Jace's recounting of the incident was exaggerated or false. Jace pushes back in the text, insisting, "I never lied. He tried to do, hey, that's sextique." Jenelle claims she was standing right there and have the Ring camera videos, while Jace retorts that she was yelling in my face, cussing me out, just watching things happen. In a chilling part of the exchange, Jenelle allegedly says, "So keep it up, and I'll make only phone call. Ho, you won't get a damn thing from me anymore, including a phone." To which Jace replies, "Got it." This thrusts the private turmoil into brutal visibility. The Ashley's Reality Roundup Entertainment Now. Public response on social platforms has been loud and, in many cases, unsparing. On Reddit's Teen Mom 2 forum, commenters responded with anger, sadness, and a sense of heartbreak for Jace. One user lamented, "This is all so fucking sad. Poor Jace." Another added, "This is just depressing. He needs intensive help that Jenelle is unwilling to give or pay for." A third commenter wrote, "It's just a whole other level of sad, because his response says he's clearly used to it. My mother would have never even thought of saying fuck you to my sister or I. Never in a million years." These reactions reveal widespread concern for Jace's emotional welfare and skepticism about Jenelle's parenting tactics. Reddit. This public eruption of private strife comes against the backdrop of a long, fraught history in Jenelle's family. Earlier this year, she separated from her ex-husband David Eason amid allegations of erratic behavior, substance abuse, and even lethal violence against a pet. She cited concerns for the safety of their shared daughter, Ensley, among other issues, the son +1. More recently, Jenelle's lifestyle and parenting decisions prompted a report to Child Protective Services. She was allegedly photographed partying in Las Vegas and, according to sources, left her younger children in the care of Jace, prompting an anonymous tip that triggered a CPS review. Jenelle denied the claim, insisting she uses a vetted babysitter, and said, "CPS has not come to my house." Still, the scrutiny illustrates the fragility of public trust in her mothering decisions. The son. At the heart of the conversation lies a troubling duality: a mother who insists she is doing everything to protect and support her children, and a son who accuses her of instability, manipulation, and neglect. Jenelle's admission that this conflict stems from Jace's medical diagnosis signals a layer of complication that extends beyond typical teenage rebellion. But her public language and the content of her responses have invited widespread criticism for their tone and optics. Jenelle's bracing transparency about her challenges battling to parent under these conditions is notable. But the methods and mindset behind her words have raised alarms. Accusations of lying about a violent incident, explicit threats, and emotionally charged retorts suggest a volatile and combustible dynamic. The release of these texts has ripped open a private wound, exposing a family grappling with mental health issues, behavioral problems, legal entanglements, and entrenched distrust. Yet amidst the headlines and online uproar, there remains a human story: a teenager in pain, a mother at her limit, and a family struggling in full view of the world. Jenelle's request for empathy, kindness, and prayers speaks to the profound weight she and her children are carrying, even as critics argue that the nature of her response suggests deeper fractures in her understanding of support, empathy, and accountability as their situation continues to unfold, particularly ahead of the pending trial against David Eason. It remains unclear whether they can heal the rift, or whether the public will ever forgive the raw exposure of a mother's fury and a child's despair. The revelation of these texts and the ensuing fallout lay bare not only a private drama, but also the perils of parenthood under the glare of reality, television, infused scrutiny.